Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching a Robin Reads, where I read a lot of different books that you probably have never heard of. So today is going to be my August TBR game. Excited as always to do these, and let's get started. Let's start with the August TBR game. Number 6. So I have to read a green book, and this one is full. So what I'm going to do is change this to this one. Don't think I have a stone. Oh, I have a stone trading fleet, so I'm gonna do it like this. So 2 stone for 1 wheat, and then adding the stone from the dice. So this theme for this month is going to be that I'm going to catch up on some books. So books I didn't read but had on my TBR before. I'm going to read some series. So that's what I'm going to do in August. So the book that I chose for this prompt was Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. This is the 3rd book in the Morgan Crow series. And this book I want to read because I have read the first 2 books, of course. And that's been a while back, so I want to read the 3rd book. And I think that's the final book that's out. And yeah, this series, if you don't know, is about Morgan Crow, who has been cursed, and she's going to die on her 11th birthday, I think. But on her birthday, she gets sort of kidnapped by this weird guy, and she is taken to this society where she learns about magic. So yeah, fun. I didn't really enjoy the 2nd book, maybe because of the translation, because I read it in Dutch. So I'm going to try and read this one in English if I can get it. But yeah, excited to read this. And then the other book that I chose, because we had 2 fields, of course. So that was The Vanishing Star by Maureen Johnson. This is the 2nd book in the... I think... I can't remember what it's called, but in the series that she has written. So the first book is basically about this girl who goes to this, if I can remember correctly, like this college. It's a very prestigious college, and there is a mystery there because years back someone died there, and she realized crime, so she wants to solve that mystery. And this, yeah, the 2nd book is the 2nd book. I really enjoyed the 1st book, but it has been a long time since I read that one. I think in like January. So I really need to catch up on that, and I'm going to do that in August. Then the Windmill. Choose a book from someone else TBR. So in the couple of months that are coming up, so August, September, October, November, yes, we are going to read the Lord of the Rings trilogy and also The Hobbit with my Dutch book club. So in August we're going to read The Hobbit, so that is one that is on someone else's TBR. So if you don't know what The Hobbit is about, you probably do, but let me tell you. The Hobbit is about Bilbo Baggins, and one day this wizard called Gandalf asks him to go on a quest with a lot of dwarves to go to the mountain to basically get the treasure back from the dragon called Smaug. And yeah, that is what this book is about. It's very short, as you can see. The movies are very drawn out, and this one is very more easy to read than The Lord of the Rings. So if you didn't super get on with Lord of the Rings, I highly recommend you read this one. Yeah, I'm just super excited to read this. I've read this before, so this is going to be a reread, and again, just super excited. Then the 6th stack of cards is The Alchemist. Read a 5-star prediction. So I always find 5-star predictions very hard. So I just sort of randomly picked a book that I just wanted to read, and that is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I can't remember the author's name off the top of my head, but it will be on the screen. So yeah, this book was, I think, on my horror TBR. I can't super remember, but I think it was on there. And I don't really know what it's about. It's about this book club and about slaying vampires, and I really am in the mood for horror more, so that's why I'm going to read this in August. Next roll. Number 2. Which is wheat. Which is the color yellow or orange. So the orangey book that I chose is The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan. I think this is fairly orange, so I think it counts. So this is the 3rd book in the Wheel of Time series. I really want to continue with this series, and as I'm on holiday in August, the last week of August and the first couple of days of September, I think I'm just gonna binge read this, because it takes me months to read these guys. So yeah, I'm going to try and read this in a week. I've done this before with the A Song of Ice and Fire series, with Game of Thrones I read in like a week, and that just really helped me get through the book. Which sounds weird because I love these books, but you know, high fantasy is just always a struggle for me for some reason. But yeah, I'm going to read this. If you don't know what the Wheel of Time is about, the Wheel of Time is about this guy called Rand. He grows up in this little village, but one day this village gets raided by these very weird creatures. And then Rand goes on the run with a couple of friends and this kind of magician woman, because he needs to flee from these creatures. And that's what the 1st book is about. And yeah, I'm going to read the 3rd book. Then the question mark. The Plague. Try a DNF again. So this one is a little bit of a stretch, because I didn't read DNF this book, but actually the 3rd book I think in this series, and that is Aragon by Christopher Paolini. Yeah, this one I read when I was younger, and I really liked the 1st book, didn't super like the 2nd book, and DNF'd the 3rd book. So I'm going to try and reread the series again, because I am more in a high fantasy kind of mood now when I'm just older. So we shall see how it goes. So Aragon is about this guy called Aragon, right? I think so. And one day he finds this egg, which is a dragon egg. And chaos ensues because it's a dragon. That's what I remember about the story. I don't really remember more, but we shall see how it goes. Then the 2nd stack of cards. The Black Knight. Choose a book with 4 or more words in the title. And as I said, I want to read books that I had on my TBR before but didn't get around to, and one of those is You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. So this book I want to read in May, I believe. And I didn't get around to, so I'm going to read it in August. So this book is about this girl who really wants to get a scholarship, I think so, for college. But yeah, there aren't any high chances that she will get that. But she hears that when you get prom queen, you will probably get this scholarship. So therefore she is going to try and be prom queen. And this girl also is going to try and do that, and they sort of fall for each other, but they also are competing with each other. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, and we shall see if I like it. And then the last rule, number 5. Which is to read a green book. So I couldn't really find a green book, to be honest. So the rule is if I can't find that color. I was actually going to do like blue, but I just really want to read this one. So I'm going to read Finders Keepers by Stephen King. This is the second book in the Bill Hodges trilogy. So I read Mr. Mercedes some time ago and really enjoyed it, and I just want to keep the momentum and continue with the series. So the first book is about this detective who is like with, how do you call that? Retired. But this Mercedes killer is sending him a message basically. And that is one of the cases that hasn't been solved when he was a detective. So he's going to try and find this Mercedes killer. So that's what the first book is about. I don't know what the second book is about because the first book wrapped up. But it's again about the detective, so probably again like a case he needs to go on. So yeah, I really am again looking forward to reading this. Question mark again. This one. Choose a book from my library TBR jar. So on a certain clip here of me first drawing out some for my TBR jar, but that didn't go well, so then after that I just went to my TBR list. Let's do my library TBR jar. I actually found it again. So let's do this one. The Ministry of Utmost Happiness. I really don't want to read that, to be honest, right now. So let's pick this one. There are a lot of books in here, I think, that I'm not super interested in, but we shall see. Yeah, another one, Normal People by Sally Rooney. Otherwise I just have to look at the list that I did last time. I've already read this one, or I DNF'd that one. Come on. Yes. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna do the list. So this is my TBR list. Let's do the random number generator. Number 48. Sorry if you can hear some noise. Number 48 is Starfish by Akemi Dawn Bowman. So as you saw, the book that I draw out was Starfish. And this book I really want to read because I've heard that it's super good. I'm going to read the ebook, which is convenient, I think, for my holiday, probably. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this one. I'm not totally sure what it's about. I think it's just a contemporary YA story. So yeah, I think I will enjoy it. Fifth stack of cards. A place where you can store goods, basically. Read a book with 2 or more authors. Choose this one here. So it was a little bit tough to find a book that had 2 authors, but I did find one, and that is Pan's Labyrinth by Cornelia Funke and Guillermo de Torres, I think. So I really love Cornelia Funke, as you know, so I really want to read this book as well, and this is like a picture kind of book for children. And I think I have the audiobook and also the book from the library, so I will probably read both at the same time, as I do often. I don't really know what it's about, I don't mind, so I'm going to go into this one pretty blind. And then let us look at if I can buy something. So as you can see, I have quite a few supplies. So one of them, what I'm going to do is buy a city. So that is this one. So I need to pay 3 iron and 2 wheat. And then my city, I'm gonna just put it over here. And if I buy a city, I need to choose a challenge for that month. So I decided to move the challenge to next month because I have a couple of books on my TBR in August, and I actually already did my September TBR. You will see why I did that, but that one is very small, so I decided to do my challenge next month. So therefore I'm not going to pick any books right now for this one. And let us look again. I see that I also can buy a road, so let's do that as well. So for that I need to pay 2 stone. And 1 wood. Let me put it over here. And that is do a body read. And that's gonna be it for the Catan TBR game of August. And then the last book I'm going to read this month is going to be Supernova by Marissa Meyer. This is the 3rd and final book in the Renegades trilogy. So this one is a little bit, I'm not totally sure if I'm going to read it because I have it, how do you call that? I want to get it from my library, but I have had it on hold for like a month. So I'm not sure if it's going to get here in time, but we shall see. It is going to be a buddy read. I didn't super like the second book, so hopefully I will like the third book more and not DNF it. But yeah, we shall see how it goes. And those are all the books that I'm going to read in August. I might just add some books to it. I have, as I said, a holiday, so I might just read some more. But yeah, those are all the books that I have on my TBR. Let me know down below what you are going to read in August, if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. And yeah, I really hope you liked this video, so please give that a thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I will see you later.